All right, what are you thinking?
Uh,
It is blue black. It's
yeah,
pretty dark.
yeah. Definitely length off the top. I mean, I kind of just push it forward and then
Okay.
just go to the front. Um, I'd like to go down pretty close on the sides
Okay.
to fade.
Can we take this down to a half and then fade it up, or a one? What are you thinking? I'd say a half, but
Yeah, I mean half at least.
you want the skin?
We can go to skin.
Okay.
Something like that.
So I'll do skin and then fade it up, and then probably close to half of that off on the
Yeah,
top. Okay.
that looks good.
How long ago did you color it?
Like a week and a half or something.
Okay. It's pretty bright. The blue. I mean, not really bright. It's just pretty blue black.
Just having some fun with it.
Yeah, why not?
I'm probably going back more to an office environment here pretty soon, so do it while I have the chance.
Yeah. Why not? So you're going back to work somewhere different, or I don't know what you've been doing.
Well, we're probably gonna end up moving me into more of the national role.
More of the what?
Into more of like national role.
Okay.
So I'm working for a company that deals with
It does what?
it's kind of a whole suite of products. It
Okay.
does like inmate facing technologies in like federal facilities.
Okay.
So kind of all the stuff that's been going on with ICE and everything.
Right.
These places are just booming. And our team that I already fall under is they're drowning without adequate support. So they're talking about moving me into a role that supports their field services at a higher level.
Gotcha. All right.
And that would be the whole country. So yeah, good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. About the ears, man. You got little ones. Gotta bend them back a bit.
That was your last trip.
Oh, it's good. We're got my mom's house up on the market, and I'm headed back the last week of this month. Hopefully she'll have an offer by then. We just got it on the market a week ago.
Yeah.
Then on to the next phase.
So it's nice to get out of the heat a little bit.
Yeah. I drove up 4th of July, and now I'm gonna fly up this time. And I'm getting tired of driving up there. It's a long
It
drive.
is a very long drive. Very, very long drive. I imagine you probably break that up over a couple of days.
Yeah. Last time I took my dog with me, and we went to Mammoth and camped overnight from here, Mammoth Lake, and then up to the middle of Oregon, stayed the night again, and then so 2 days up, and then when we came back, we came down through Portland and came through Yosemite, and that was kind of nice. Yeah, it was a nice change.
And then the drive through to Medford, I don't know how many times. I've been here to Seattle in
Yeah.
one day a couple of times. That's not, there's no way I could have done that in my early 20s. Doing that, that'd be a little bit much now.
I like the driving. I mean, I took my little camper trailer, so I had my little home on the way up there with me. But I don't mind to drive if I've got a destination that I can stay at, or I used to have a van. I'm gonna go back to a van here. I think pretty soon. Yeah, I had a regular cargo van and I loved it. And so I can throw everything in it and camp and just drive until I got tired. And that's what I'm going to probably go back to. I have a camper that fits on my truck, but I'm going to get rid of that and go back to a van. And then I've got a little camper trailer, a 16-foot small one that's great. But even with that, I got a plan. I can't really just pull off. I mean, you can, but I don't.
You think you just go cargo van, or
Yeah.
and all the conversion
I'm gonna
stuff
go
in
for.
there?
I'm gonna call. What's that?
All the conversion vans.
No, those are too expensive. I'd like to have them. I'd like to have a Mercedes Sprinter van or even a Ford Transit van with the high roof.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna go with the regular cargo van. And if I keep it, then I'll put maybe a high top on it at some point, convert it into 4-wheel drive. But I'm probably gonna buy a brand new one.
Yeah.
And to be able to get something I really want.
Strippers are nice.
Yeah, they're so darn expensive.
Crazy expensive. They didn't used to be. I mean, not like they are now.
No,
Plus, I
everybody's
guess
got
you
the
could say
same
that.
idea, I think.
I guess you could say that for anything.
People living in those vans now. You know, if I was single, I'd probably live in a van.
Yeah?
Yeah, more than likely. I definitely would live in probably like an RV at least, if not van. Just kind of roam around. Maybe own some property and just park it, have a place to park it. But yeah, I like that lifestyle. My wife wouldn't go for it. I mean, we lived in an RV for a while. We went for that. And that was pretty good. And we plan on doing that again once I retire. We're gonna move back to Florida and probably live in an RV down there.
That's,
So yeah,
so my sister and her husband do. They're actually, right now, they got a big cargo trailer custom built. And, they're actually doing, like, a conversion on the cargo trailer. They're doing it themselves. They're turning out pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah. They were truckers.
Okay.
Yeah, they did like high value vehicle transportation for a whole bunch of years.
Nice.
Had a big old truck. So they're pretty nomadic. They both retired this year, so they ended up getting that trailer and they're doing all that because they're finding that they're not so happy with just staying put.
No, yeah. Yeah, I definitely can do that lifestyle. Just gotta keep it simple, not a lot of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah. Definitely getting there myself.
Oh yeah?
Collecting too much stuff.
Oh, the way you collected too much stuff?
Yeah, I mean one of the opportunities that comes with going through getting divorced and all that is being able to tear down on things.
Yeah.
You don't realize, especially with another person, how much just junk you collect. It's a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to
No.
accumulate stuff.
No, it doesn't. This was over 16 years, so a lot of stuff accumulated. Too much stuff. And it's
16 years, huh?
Yeah. It's funny because you really start looking at it and you go, I need all this stuff. Never did. Yeah.
And I like to purge every so often and get rid of stuff and that I'm not using. Feels good to do that and get rid of it and not have to deal with it anymore.
That is definitely what I'm going to start doing.
Fade looks good like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's able not to get it too much, kind of when you change the colors, but that fade looks good like that. A little more of a challenge when you take your hair that dark and then you take this down to skin to have that transition. That transition is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think contrast is kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks good. Now it really doesn't look too colored. Huh?
Great.
Yeah. Still looks colored. You didn't have any kids with your wife, did you?
Yeah, 3.
How did I forget that? You've had 3? How old are they?
15, 13.
Oh my goodness. You don't seem that old. But I'm old, I guess. That's probably why.
Well, got started pretty young.
15's the oldest?
Yeah. Yep, 15 is the oldest. It's really something.
She and you guys haven't tried to get back together or nothing, huh?
No, it's a
Done deal?
complete incompatibility situation because she doesn't like men. Makes it a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The perv
There
in
were-
me would try to make it a threesome.
There definitely there were signs. Hard to ignore signs, but
Yeah.
it's, at the end of the day, it is what it is. She, I get it. She grew up in a very conservative Christian household. We got married pretty young. She never really thought to explore that part of herself and
Gotcha.
I mean, be who you are.
Yeah.
It's a weird and difficult thing has turned into, you're a really good changes for me. It's at the end of the day too. I mean, we were together a long time. That's,
Yeah.
definitely, one of my best friends in the whole world, but it's been a lot of years that really been great together romantically, I guess. We loved each other more like friends too, and that's not necessarily healthy either.
I was just thinking about you the last few weekends because we started watching the new version of Sex in the City. It's called. God, what's it called? I don't know if you ever saw the first version of it. It's They're Jessica Parker, but
Yeah.
now there's a new one, and now they're older. They're like in the late 40s, early 50s. Just Like That is what it's called. And it's really basically Sex in the City, just the older. They're just all, everybody's older.
Yeah.
And the redheaded girl left her husband for a girl. And that's just reminding it reminded me of what you were going through.
Yeah.
But she's, I have a feeling the girl in the show is going to end up going back to her husband.
Yeah. Yeah, they might for the drama. I know in my case that's not going to be a
Not,
thing.
not going to happen, no.
Also, it's strange because I never thought that I would be saying it, but I am much happier.
Yeah, I could see, especially you guys been together forever. It's like, I kind of get that. Don and I have been together for a long, long time, but
It's a tough adjustment, and sometimes it's still weird, but I think the circumstances probably help.
hey, yeah, I would never want to lose my wife, but if something were to happen, I definitely would enjoy life. I mean, I'm enjoying life now, but it would not be the end of the world, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I really liked being single, but I mean, after my first wife and I split up, I look back on the times that I was single, which wasn't very long. It was about 3 or 4 years before Donna and I got together, and it was good times. Once I got over the heartbreak of my first wife, and I was having a lot of fun. I always tell Donna she came along and spoiled it. Spoiled all my fun. Ronald, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, oh man, I've been through some stuff. Actually, I'm still going through some stuff, man. I have stories.
You got
I guess
stories?
when people have money, people are after you for the lamest reason. I am dealing with a lawsuit from my sister. After my mom passed away, after I handled her funeral, she thinks she's entitled to my millions. So I'm dealing with a lawsuit, right? And she alleges this part where, I took care of my mom. Nobody came around. I got 2 older sisters, right? They're married. I'm the youngest, no family, nothing, no kids, no job. I took care of my mom 24/7, man. I gave up everything. I took power of attorney. They got mad. So I'm handling everything. When she passed away, everything was under my name, but I already had my wealth. They didn't get nothing, to their name, but then I offered a little bit. They stated that it wasn't enough for them. And these are realtors and doctors, okay? I got 2 sisters.
Yeah.
So they allege that I forced my mom when she had dementia. I forced her to sign over her property into my name. And then within 1 year, I did like a sale, like a forced sale on the home, and put it in a nursing home and ran out over here. And then, about a year and a half later, she passed away. So that's what alleges, that I verbally forced her, signing over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything was done by an attorney, notary public, everything, and I just basically have to line up all the paperwork. I gotta go to the court in Vegas and then back to Alameda County in California to prove myself. But in the meantime, the allegations and the money that's supposed to be frozen is like about $500,000. They froze all my bank accounts, everything. So now I'm working as a security guard at the dispensary, getting a paper check and putting that, in a separate account, which is my mom's account that I still have power of attorney, while the probate's still going. So I'm just doing that, and hopefully everything's clear it out by October.
Takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm gonna have similar issues if I outlive my mom.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah, because I've got 2 stepbrothers. My mom is my biological mom. I'm her only biological son, and I'm power of attorney. I'm the youngest,
Yeah.
but the 2 stepbrothers I have are not really happy that my dad, their biological father, passed away
Yeah.
with no will because everything went to my mom. You know, they had a will,
Yeah.
but the way the laws are is everything went to my mom, and
Man.
they
So,
wanted something before my mom passed away, and I'm like, you can't do that. It's all mom's.
right.
You know.
One thing I messed up, the will was done, but it should have been attached to a trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it would have been a revocable or an irrevocable trust, which I made that mistake. So because it's on the will, it's still bound to the probate.
Probate. Yeah. That's all. I have a trust with my mom, just a will and everything. But she's of sound mind, and everything's done with an attorney. And she wrote one of the oldest one out of the will, and that's clearly in that will.
Yeah.
But they'll still fight it.
Yep.
They'll still fight it, and then it's pretty ironclad. I'm hoping my brothers go before my mom does. That way I don't have to mess around with
Right.
it.
You're gonna have to deal with, man, true colors family.
Oh yeah, they've already come out. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
already just pretty much disowned them. Don't even
Okay.
communicate with them.
Man.
No, because we're in the process of selling her. We
Okay.
subdivided her property and selling her house, and they're not happy about that because they
Wow.
wanted a house. Well, my mom's still alive. It's too much of a house for her to take care of. So once she put the house up on the market, that was kind of the last straw for my brother, for one of my brothers. He just couldn't handle it. Told my mom where to go. Oh man, that looks sweet. All right, run your hands through that.
Looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. That looks good. Fade looks good.
It's awesome.
But I know I'm going to have a fight. If my mom passes away,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a fight on my hands.
At least you know ahead of time. I didn't know all of this was gonna happen out of nowhere. Yeah.
Well, we made sure, we had an attorney do the will, and it's pretty ironclad, and if, she's of sound mind and everything, so they can't come back and say I manipulated her, but they'll try.
Yeah.
They'll try, because we already talked about that with the attorney, that they're going to probably come in and say that I did. But the thing is I'm not getting everything. My one brother was written out completely, and then my other brother, who just had a breakdown, he still gets half. We just need to sell everything, and he gets half.
Yeah. So here's the kicker. So everything is for my mom. She's not around no more. But why is my sister coming forward, and I don't know how this was been able to go all the way up to court level, because at the end of the day, let's just say the money was gonna get reverted to someone else. It ain't gonna go to my sister. It's still going to, right?
Yeah.
Who's the money going to now?
Interesting.
That's great.
If I outlive everybody, everything that I have left is going to animals. I'm not giving nothing to my brothers, nothing to my nephew.
Yeah, everybody's telling me that I don't have my stuff going to anybody, and they say man, why don't you donate it? Like, what? Really?
That's what I'm gonna do. But chances are,
I can't think like that right now.
chances are my wife's gonna outlive me. But if I outlive everybody, 'cause it's just my mom and my wife, everybody else they can all go to hell. So if my mom dies, my wife dies, then I'm leaving everything to Great Danes or something. Okay. Great Danes and Shepherds. ASPCA or something like that. Yeah. For sure. But like I said, I probably won't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm an old man. All right, brother. Thank you very
Alright,
much.
Thanks, sir.
Have a good one. Okay, come on over.
So I have a new hair.